It's the Duffin Up Podcast. What is going on, Duff Daddies and Duff Mamas? It is Thursday. Sorry, I almost said Wednesday. We're recording on Wednesday night. Thursday, June 27th, and welcome to an all-new episode of the Duffin Up Podcast. My name is Brendan Monroe, and we are joined by... I can't do the one, the only, because Mike's not here this week. So we don't have the artist formerly known as Michael Adams, now known as Mikey C. He is unfortunately not here with us, but we do have on the great Timmy O'Reilly. Timmy, how are we doing?
Good evening, everybody. What is going on? I was thinking about it. If I know how you say we have Duff Daddies and Duff Mamas, but like a gender neutral kind of name. Do we say Duff and Uppers? How are we going to address them? As just like a general term for all of the people that listen,
This is 2023 for us right now. We got to think about it. I mean, we could just go Duffers, but like, I feel like that's, I don't know if it's, I don't know.
Well, we can put a pin in that and think about it and let us know, unless you have something, people listening out there, who are more creative than us, please email Brendan and let him know.
It's not as good as chooches and chuchitas, because chooches can be gender neutral. Chuchitas definitely not gender neutral, but chooches can be gender neutral.
No,
Duff Chachos and Jeff Chachas.
Chachas. And as always, we failed and we are late to introducing our third and final co-host.
We always, I mean, he just comes in now, so like we don't even. Brian, I guess you should just introduce yourself from now on. Like, I'm Brian.
Yeah,
I'm here too.
Notice me. Hello, everyone. This is Brian. I am here. Thanks for having me. I guess gotta
like
do it
that,
myself.
ladies and gentlemen. Oh, okay, we're back. And just like that, Brian just hit another 375-yard drive right down the middle of the fairway. So, Brian, how are we doing tonight, bud?
Terrific. I just came off of the CFO of my company, Sean. Shout out Sean if he's listening. Had myself and two other great guys, Dimitri and Marco. The four of us played in the Lexington Golf Club member guest for July, and so just coming off and not really my character, but I was lights out kind of on the par threes, to the point where I actually won on the fifth hole, the closest to the pin, or nearest to the pin, as they called it there. And so that's why I'm sporting my nice Lexington Golf Club polo. That was the prize, coming in at 10 feet and 11 inches. Oh, no, sorry, 12 feet and 10 inches, which took the cake for closest to the pin, which was about, I think it was playing in at 150 yards over this pot bunker, which I guess allegedly the older crowd at this golf course hate that pot bunker because of the length and the treachery that ensues from this pot bunker. But I placed it over, landed on the downslope, and bada bing, winner of the brand new polo from Lexington Golf Club. And it actually is hysterical because the other guy in our group, Marcos, his real name is Chris, but his last name is Marcos, something pretty long. And so he goes by Marco. He won the other closest to the pin, and his was 10 inches. His actually was like 10 inches from it. So he almost holed out on that, and it was playing 90 yards on that second par three. So we brought home both closest to the pin for the guest side, and but our team as a whole came in dead last. So kind of hilarious there. It was a best ball. It was a best ball, kind of took the two best gross scores on the hole, and then the cumulative of the team, and that put us in dead last, which is okay. We left a lot out there. Greens were lightning fast, but it was a good time, as long as we did well, and we both ended up getting free polos for close to the pin. So we didn't come out empty-handed. The team did as a whole, kind of, and then two of us walked out with nice new polos. So
that's hysterical because his name is Marco and you want a polo. But anyway.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. Shoot.
But are you talking about
Timbo making funnies? I like it.
Yeah, damn. I wish I could go back in time and make that joke.
Damn, missed it. If he's listening, Marco, please repeat after me, Marco, and then you say the
Polo.
Yeah, there we go. We're playing in a pool.
Awesome.
And
He's a Rhode Island guy from Portsmouth.
it?
He's awesome. Yeah, he was picking my brain about podcasts and everything, and he's never met anyone, so I know he's probably tuning in. So shout out to him.
Shout out Marco, you and Nancy Lee Monroe, the only ones that listen to the podcast, but that's okay. Yeah, I just
was that Sean from the US Open? That Sean?
No.
Oh, different Sean.
Yeah, different Sean. This is a Vesson guy,
Gotcha.
two Vesson guys, and Marco was a guy who worked with them for some time at other companies. So it's good squad. Happy to be here. Just got back. That's why I had to push back this start time of recording the pod, but happy to be here. Glad we made it work out. And the only reason I bring it up is because normally I'm the one that hits the ball far, but you boys got a little bit of a touch on the par threes today. I stuck them. Who'd have thunk? Get you a guy who does both.
Power and finesse. Was it paid for by the company? Big question.
It was paid for by Sean. He was the member at Lexington.
Nice guy.
He was the member. We were the guests. So,
well, shout out to Sean. Shout out to him, and shout out to Bri Guy with some finesse. Usually he's our power guy. So happy he's making those. Happy he's getting those closest to the pin. It's usually my job.
Yeah, I just got to get all aspects of the game clicking. And
what nobody knows is that it was actually a 250-yard par 3, and Bri Guy came out and flicked his wiener and hit an 8-iron right next to it. So
flicked his wiener.
No wieners were flicked.
But
yeah, it was a great day.
But speaking, I know you said earlier you talked about how no one likes pot bunkers, and boy is that the case, because ladies and gentlemen,
very
segue
good.
Of all segues.
Very good, Brendan.
I do my best with these. I'm Brendan Segues, right? I'm almost like Mikey Segues. I'm not as good as Mikey Segues, but we're there. How about this year's Open Championship, boys? I don't know about you. I watched a ton of it. It was, I love that Brian Harman won. It was the least exciting major of the year by far, I would say. It was basically over by Saturday, 11 a.m. our time. But when a lefty wins, I have to stand up and do a lefty happy dance.
Mm-hmm.
When did he take the lead and just hold the lead? Was it Saturday?
Friday. So he shot the second best. So Tommy Fleetwood on Thursday went out.
Homeboy.
And Tommy Fleetwood
Liverpool's own Tommy.
Liverpool's own Tommy Fleetwood goes out in first place, and that random amateur Christo Lambrecht or whatever his name is, good guy, good player. Almost missed the cut though, which was hilarious. He went 5 under and then went 8 over the next day and made the cut on the button. But he and Tommy go out early in the morning. They both shoot really good rounds. Brian Harman's afternoon shoots good round, goes out the next morning, shoots an even better round. And it was basically, he went 2 under on Saturday, and it was over.
As soon as you saw the weather for the upcoming weekend, you were like, it's going to be real tough for anyone to match this number. As long as Brian Harman could at least maintain par throughout those next two rounds with the incoming weather. Foggy, rainy, windy, all that. It wasn't too bad on Saturday, but Sunday by no means.
Sunday is like minus the rain. I feel like Sunday is exactly what the RNA want for an Open, where it is windy, it is cold, it is cloudy, it's just gray. Like it was just you couldn't even see. Did you guys like the 17th hole? It was basically an infinity hole, because it just like the green just went into the and there was so much fog that just no one could see anything. It was insane. It was absolutely insane.
The marine layer? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I don't think they call it a marine layer over there. I think over there they call it just fog, like normal human beings. No, We are a very anti-marine layer podcast.
But let it be known, B-man, you kept Harman in your fantasy lineup because you had
I did, but the problem is I had 3 guys miss the cut. So
Robbie McIntyre. Oof.
Yeah. No, Bobby McIntyre made it.
Right, but did not play well.
No, did not play well. Shane Lowry missed. I mean, I had the 2 lineups. So he was technically in Mike's lineup that I made for Mike. But I was keeping the winnings no matter what. But turns out no winnings. Zero winnings.
Justin Rose missed the cut. Notables missing the cut. He missed the cut.
Tony Finau, who had never missed a cut at an Open Championship before, missed a cut.
Colin Morikawa.
Morikawa missed the cut. Former Open champion. Max Homa, who misses the cut at basically every major, decided to do a top 10 this year. So, great on him.
And my favorite part, well, not my favorite part. I mean, one of the most exciting parts, and I wish it was closer coming down the stretch. Yeah, it was Brian Harman deserves the victory. Obviously, we love seeing, and not that I was rooting against Brian Harman, but I was like, can we just have him make a bogey or someone just go on a tear so we can, because can we talk about those last 4 holes? And Brennan, I know you'll like this. Not only did they finish on a par 5, but they have 2 par 5s in the last 4 holes. Talk about your opportunity for an exciting finish.
Strokes gaining.
Right. Talk about your opportunity for an exciting finish. Say you have like 3 or 4 people like tied for the lead or, within 1 stroke. I mean, and you have 2 par 5s coming up. I mean, come on. And then a short little dinky par 3, which was no walk in the park by any means, because it was, I mean, they made that thing for this tournament. So they were going to make it tough. They were going to make it. What was it playing? Only like 150?
136 yards. 136 yards.
Shorter than the hole that Brian played today and won the polo at.
Oh my God. Brian could take the putter out at that point.
I'm gonna hold out. I might have got 2 polos for that one. Jeepers. That's crazy though. But no shortage of wind and I guess weather. So I'm sure 137 was playing like way worse than it looks. Sounds great on paper, but I don't know. But no, I totally watched this as much as I should have. I mean, with timing wise, I tried tuning in during Thursday, Friday, tried having it on in the background during the work day. It's really awful to listen to golf in the background. I don't know why. It was just, especially at Thursday, just in that sense where there wasn't all too much action going on by the time our time around. But by the time like when Saturday, Sunday came around, I was going down Rhode Island, going to the beaches, and just because Brian Harman being in the driver's seat, I was like, he's pretty much got it. I'll tune in if it gets a little bit more tied up. But once I saw going into Sunday, he was up by like 4 or 5 strokes into it. I was like, it's his to lose at this point with this impending weather. And who's saying it? Jason Day said it was like the most wet he's ever been on a golf course. Which he also had kind of a weird quote where he was saying, I'll be looking back on my deathbed and wishing to play in these days, so I can't complain, and kind of got a little deep there. But it's happy for Brian. It's a win for the lefties and win for the Bryans here. Big fan.
Boy, Bri Guy, if you were only a lefty too, this would have been your week.
Oh, I would have. Yeah,
I would have went out and bought a lottery ticket for Christ's sakes. Like
he would have completed my holy trinity. It would be Tiger Woods, Sungjae Im, and Brian Harman. But it's too bad. It's too bad Harman's not up there in the trinity yet.
That's a hell of a holy trinity right there. I don't think that's like, oh my goodness. You might as well. Oh,
one legend after the next, if you ask me.
And here's the thing too, is with at least with Saturday, so there was some drama on Saturday. I mean, not drama, but John Rahm going out and shooting 8 under and being like, oh my God, John Rahm is doing John Rahm things. And it was setting up Sunday for a chase, at least. And then the rain runs in and the chase it was basically over before it began. People did get up to, I think, 8 under at one point. I think Sepp Straka got to 8 under. I think maybe Rahm got to at least 7 at one point too.
Cameron Young was there too. Cameron Young, and then Rory had his first 5 holes. Rory had 3 birdies, and it looked like he was going to go on a tear.
Yes, it did.
And then all of a sudden, just plateaued and did not. I mean, like he does. It's kind of something that he does.
He was back at St. Andrews. He's just hitting every green in regulation and making pars.
It's what he does. Maybe he there is that thing that we're going to put there. Is the laptop that I'm talking on right that he is currently hitting a small ball with, or he just needs practice putting. Going back to Rory, I kind of got 2 points into that one statement, but either Rory practicing or Brian, he is using a green, and I can't even knock it because he won the British Open. But,
boy, I'm telling you, I think I was just going in and out. I think my internet's bad, so we apologize to the listeners if Timbo just went in and out a couple times. Hopefully he didn't, but that's on me. That's not on Tim. He was probably making great points.
Oh, Brian, did you hear me?
Yeah, he was loud and clear.
Perfect. Well, hopefully the recording picked it up.
Yeah. The only internet we need to not fail is
man, mine. I know, right? The one internet that needs to work and it's not working. How Brian Harman won this, though, very easily, very simple. Tweet out from the fried egg. There's over 80 bunkers at Royal Liverpool, 80 pot bunkers. And boy, if you saw all of them, I mean, some of them are scary. Like you saw Rory with 1 foot out, Scotty Scheffler had a couple hits where he was 1 foot out. Brian Harman, bunkers per day. Thursday, 0 bunkers hit. Friday, 2 bunkers hit. Saturday, 0 bunkers hit. Sunday, 1 bunker hit. So out of 360 bunkers, he hit 3. That's how you win tournaments. That's how you win. That's how you win the Open. It honestly is. If you guys remember a couple of years ago, not a couple of years ago, it was when we were younger, but Tiger Woods, the turn, I forget where it was at. It might have been Royal Birkdale or it might have been Carnoustie. He hit 3-wood off of every single tee, and he did not have a single bunker where he went in. So all 4 days, he did not go in a single bunker. That is how you win the Open Championship right there.
Of course, man. Or keep out of the bunkers.
Keeping it out of bunkers. You know who else played well, which is kind of a surprising little thing that maybe it's a storyline to come. Alex Fitzpatrick, Matthew Fitzpatrick brother. Pumped to see him out there. T17, playing well. He was under par for most of his British Open 4 days. And can you guys remember in recent memory possibly a brotherly dynamic duo to come? Because if we can get them in a even obviously not probably but imagine playing together in the Ryder Cup. Your brother.
Oh, great.
Oh boy.
Brendan might have been cutting out, but
I keep cutting. There's something up. There's something up with the internets tonight here at Casa de Monroe. This is not good. I think I know exactly what you were saying though, Timbo. You were saying Ryder Cup. Imagine the brother combination. Francesco and Eduardo Molinari.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good point.
Thinking of the Cordas.
The Cordas. Now, yep. But that's Solheim Cup, but we'll take it, Bri Guy. We'll take it.
What about back in the day, Camilo Villegas and his brother? I don't know if his brother ever played on tour, but his brother was caddying for him, and I guess he was filthy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, if you guys also want to hear something very funny, so Brian Harman's caddy, can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, oh, yeah. I'm just scared to talk now because I'm looking at your face. You can hear me.
I know, right? Tim, just keep smiling like that because I know, like, if you're going out, then I'm like, he's going out. But Brian Harman's caddy, his name is Scott Tway. His brother, Bob Tway, and he used to caddy for Bob.
Really?
So, and also, if you guys ever see him, like, Scott Tway is like 6'4", 6'5", and Brian Harman's 5'7". So it is an ultimate talls and smalls combination. Like it is fantastic. It really, really is. It is better than Tommy, like, because Tommy Fleetwood and his caddy Finn, like they are the same. It's a tall and small, but nope. This one takes the cake by far and away.
Yeah, it's almost. Can we say it's almost as good as Jim Furyk and Fluff though? Is they're
no one's ever going to be as good as Jim Furyk and Fluff.
Like Fluff is just this like. He looks like he's an 80-year-old guy who's maybe 5 feet, and Jim Furyk's 6'2". I don't even know, but that's a great combo. Except flip flopped, obviously, cat or golf or what.
Fluff has they got to Fluff carries the little guy. He doesn't carry the big tour bags anymore. Jim Furyk now has smaller bags just so Fluff can carry it. It's unbelievable. It's like my favorite thing.
Have you guys ever seen Remember the Titans? I don't even know if but the whole time I'm especially on Saturday night, I believe it was, I'm watching highlights of Brian Harman, and all I can think of Remember the Titans when I think it was Coach Yokes, or I'm not sure who it was, but and he's like, this guy's 5'0", 100 and he is beating you all over the field. And I'm just thinking that's Brian Harman right there.
Well, that'd be great. That would be great if it was Remember the Titans, but it was Rudy, because it's about Rudy.
Oh my God, that's embarrassing.
The confidence.
Oh, this is why we're a golf podcast, ladies and gentlemen. We can quote Bagger Vance, and we can quote the greatest game ever played.
The best part is I've seen Rudy, haven't seen Remember the Titans, and I still didn't distinguish. That's funny.
I'm gonna head out.
Right.
Yeah. It's
we may have to end the podcast anyways, because apparently my internet's fine.
But I'm thinking of like the Francis we met and his caddy with the size difference. He's got the little cutie of a caddy, and but it's the opposite.
He does.
What was his name?
Oh, good.
Not Harry. Oh man.
Not Frankie.
He's like, you're just gonna have to play better, Francis.
Oh yeah, because he started calling him Mr. We Met to start.
Yeah.
Oh man,
you're just gonna have to play. I'm gonna look it up.
The greatest game. Why does The Greatest Showman come up first on Google? The greatest game ever played should come up. Eddie Lowry.
Eddie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Eddie Lowry. There we go.
Became a multi-million-dollar businessman after he was a little caddy. Unbelievable. And I'm frozen. This is wonderful. Oh, I love it when my internet connection is unstable. It's so much fun, guys.
If it makes you feel better, Brendan, you haven't skipped once. Your picture hasn't skipped at all.
I know.
On this end, but
I know, but that's because it's my internet that's fucking up tonight. But boys, we did. Obviously, we'll probably go. The four guys at T2. Sepp Straka having a great year. Basically, just punched his Ryder Cup ticket for Austria. Also hilarious because he moved to Georgia when he was 10, and he has the thickest Georgia accent of all time.
Yes.
And it's just great when you see his name and you see the flag next to his name, and then he talks, and you're just like, you're not from Austria.
Right, but didn't he move over here when he was very young?
10. I think they were 10 or 12, something like that.
10.
And that southern draw bit him. That got him right.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, when you're that young, like, it's not like when you're 6 and you know nothing else, but like I think they were younger. His dad worked for Coca-Cola, I believe, or something like that.
Makes sense.
So yeah, he just like like when you're engrossed in it down there, like you immediately pick it up.
Oh yeah, and you're at that age, you just want to fit in as much as possible, I'm sure.
Exactly.
So
I will say as well this year, boys, the Jason Day comeback is complete. Already won this year. T2 here. It is great to see like a dude who we grew up, we were probably in our late teen, mid to late teens at that point when he was really on his rise. But to see him really turn it around, like there's nothing better. His swing is just unbelievable.
Oh yeah, coming in like Nike guy, like head to toe, and that was when he was starting out and being successful. We were like, okay, if he's got the Nike logo on him coming off a Tiger, he's going to be great. And he was one. And then since the vertigo, since that vertigo
Literally
round.
since the vertigo. Like, it's not even
Right.
funny. Like, he just got injury after injury after the vertigo.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy to see someone crumble like that, and it's great to see him back, and just as we know, this day and age, the golf world is so saturated and people winning. Like, we've had I mean, Brian Harman win the Open, then we had see, this is, don't even remember the guy's name who won the US Open. Like, it's like these names, it's anybody's game. We don't have a dominant person in the game. I mean, Scotty Scheffler's is he still world number one at the moment? Like, I mean, Scotty Scheffler's been rising up there, but he hasn't won anything specifically in a little bit. And so it's anybody's game out there. And to see Jason Day still coming up and competing in this super talented field of golfers in this day and age, it's a sneaky comeback story that isn't talked about. I agree.
Wasn't he number one in the world at one point?
For a while, like for a whole year, basically.
Right, the year he won the PGA Championship, or
Mhm.
after that. And then
I also do love, and Bri Guy is correct. We just got so used to, not even really used to him, but Scotty Scheffler has not won since the Players Championship in March, and that feels like forever ago.
Forever, right?
Legitimately forever ago.
And is that when he started world number one, or he was before that?
No, he started world number one back last year. So remember when he went Phoenix Open, Arnold Palmer, match play, Masters?
Yeah.
That's how we got to number one.
Yeah, but then John Rahm took over for a tad.
Yes, he did.
And then Scotty Scheffler took over. Brian, another comeback story that I don't want to brush over. Obviously, didn't play that well this week, but Ricky Fowler, we talked about it a little bit last week. Would love to get Rick. Yep. Would love to see Ricky and Jason Day back there. But Brendan, I'm sure you have the stat. What's Scotty Scheffler's impressive stat about top fives or something in the last anyway, they were showing some stat.
He has I think it's not I think it was something like 20 starts this year, and he has something like 15 top 10s. It's insane. This was the first time this year he did not finish top 5 in a major as well. So he finished 23rd at the US Open. He finished 3rd at the PGA Championship. He finished tied for 2nd, and at the Masters he finished tied for 10th, and that was a backdoor T10. He came in hard on the last day and played really well. But he has only ever missed 2 cuts. Scotty Scheffler has only ever missed 2 cuts in majors. He's missed 3 cuts. He missed the US Open twice, once as an amateur, once as a professional. He's missed the PGA Championship once. And that was after he won the Masters, so you get a pass. We can't all be Brooks Koepka and just go out and, do awesome in all the majors all the time.
True. Brooks Koepka, another guy, started off the week hot in the British Open, and then kind of fell off the map like everyone else.
Sure did. One guy, in the battle of who's the better South Korean, Tom Kim did take the victory again this week. Sorry about that, Bri Guy. So, Tom Kim still, me and Thomas the Tank Kim still representing pretty hard. Gotta love it.
So the question I have for you guys is, where do we go from here? Majors are over. Are we focused on the FedEx Cup? Do we even care about the FedEx Cup, or are we focused solely on Ryder Cup? What are we going here?
I think we're focused on Justin Thomas trying to make the FedEx Cup playoffs, because he is very much out of it right now. So, and if he does not make the FedEx Cup playoffs, I don't think, personal opinion, I don't think he should make the Ryder Cup team if he doesn't make the FedEx Cup playoffs. I think that's a bare minimum. If you're going to make the Ryder Cup team, you have to finish in the top 75.
Even as a captain's pick,
even as a captain's pick, you should be a top 50 player in the world, which I'm not saying he's not, but that year on the PGA Tour, you should be a top 50 player. I did just want to touch really quick right before we go there. The 2 Liverpool guys, Matthew Jordan, who is a member at Royal Liverpool, and Tommy Fleetwood, who grew up dreaming of winning the Open at Royal Liverpool, both finished in the top 10. They both finished tied for 10. So Matthew Jordan's a European Tour player right now. I believe this was his first. I don't know if it was his first, but it was his second Open Championship. He got cut last year, but because he finished in the top 10, he gets the automatic invite back, which is really cool.
That is cool.
And I think he made about $250,000 finishing.
I mean, you just got to dream a little harder, buddy. You didn't win it, buddy. You got to dream a little harder.
Dude, he's gonna that poor guy, man. Like finishing second to I mean, I don't know how many times he has to finish second.
Big T second.
You get into the World Golf Hall of Fame without winning a major? Do you have to have at least one?
Yeah, Colin Montgomery is.
Oh, so he made an appearance. He was in the background of some of the broadcast. Monty,
Freddie Couples, he's in the Golf Hall of Fame, right? He's only got one major.
Well, he won the Masters. We as a podcast have done Freddie Couples very dirty in the past.
I was actually imagining myself as Fred Couples today because I have a golf glove tan line. And
that's a boom boom masterpiece right there.
Yeah, he that's why he doesn't wear a glove. He doesn't like.
We would like to apologize to Fred Couples because there is no podcast that has done him more dirty than the Duffin Up podcast. When he was a Ryder Cup vice captain, I said he had never made a Ryder Cup team before. He had made 6, and Timbo just saying he's never won a major and he's won.
No. I don't know if I'm short now, but you go back, listen to this. You're gonna hear what I said. I said he's won 1 major, just like how.
So did I just make a huge deal out of nothing?
No. Because we did him dirty. I remember that exact day.
Yes, we did him so dirty.
That was bad. That was really bad.
Oh man,
Mr. Couples, we apologize if you're listening.
But Colin Montgomery's never won a major. Colin Montgomery never won one, which is crazy. Thinking about it.
World Golf Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah, dude, he's won 45 events in the European Tour. He's second ever to Seve Ballesteros.
He's never won a major.
Never won a major. He's won now. I think he won 3 Champions Tour majors, which again don't count.
Okay,
not in a bad way, but Steve. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't even. I won't even sniff that.
No.
Oh my.
No, God. That's no, they don't. That's like when they try and call the British PGA Championship the PGA Championship, and I'm like, no, that is the British PGA Championship. There's a lot less money in that one.
Other countries do that. They'll do the Portuguese Masters or the Australian Masters and things like that.
They do have the Australian PGA, which does make. I mean, again, it's put on by the Australian PGA, so I get why it's called that. But it's just is it the PGA Championship? No, you have to put it. You have to put that first.
All right, but as far as separation goes, Australian Masters versus Masters and Australian PGA versus our PGA or regular PGA. It's definitely closer, just as far as prestige. But anyway, Brendan, I like what you were alluding to. I can't wait to talk about Justin Thomas and his possibility of not making the Ryder Cup team. The only argument is who the heck, and I have an answer for this too. I want you guys to guess who my answer is. Obviously, you have the unstoppable duo that is Jordan Spieth and Justin Thomas. Justin Thomas, Ryder Cup guy, clubhouse guy. He is the guy who just represents Ryder Cup-ness. So if he is out, who is going to replace him and be alongside Jordan Spieth? And I hope you guys are thinking of the same person that I am thinking.
Tommy. Fleetwood?
How?
What? No. An American.
Oh, good point.
Bri Guy. Did that just happen?
I had to. I was like, Tom Kim.
Tom Kim.
I thought he was talking about Tom Kim for a second there too, and I had to be like, wait a minute, he's on the South Korean team, right? What just happened?
Someone who has been on a Ryder Cup team before, and someone who has fallen by the wayside, not making past Ryder Cup teams in the past couple Ryder Cup teams, but has now showed his has made his resurgence into the tour, and is also very good friends with Jordan Spieth. He's part of that whole group.
Oh, Ricky.
Boom.
Mm.
That's the only suitable replacement for Justin Thomas. That is my take right there. That's the only suitable replacement.
I mean, I think Ricky makes it now. I think Ricky makes it. I could, we will be doing a Ryder Cup preview. Well, we'll be doing a lot of Ryder Cup stuff coming up. I wouldn't mind if Spieth ended up playing the 4-ball or the alt shot, the best ball or the alt shot. I wouldn't mind him playing with like a Brooks Koepka style, which is Brooks is going to hit it a mile out there, and then you play to Jordan's strengths, which is ball striking and putting. You play to his strengths on that side. But I do think him and Ricky, they're just like, it's kind of like back in the day when Jordan Spieth and Patrick Reed used to play together, and then Patrick Reed became, dumb fuck Patrick Reed and got replaced by Justin Thomas, and now JT. The problem is, I'm not going back on my statement where I don't think he should make the team. Justin Thomas all time in the Ryder Cup is 5-1-0. Like he's kind of a badass. Like he's kind of filthy.
And in that tournament, in France, when it was a massacre of the U.S., he was actually
the only one that played well. I think he was 2-1 or 3-0 or something like that. Like he
was better than that. Yeah.
Yeah. He was sick. So it's like, I just need him to win this week or at the Wyndham, so that way we can just put it to bed and it's like, okay, you're in, so I wouldn't mind that. I would not mind JT pulling it off, because he could be our version of Ian Poulter, where like he is just garbage during the year, and the Ryder Cup comes around and boom, or the President's Cup comes around and boom. I will be very interested. I want to look at the Ryder Cup standings right now too, because I know. So the European side, the live players are not allowed in.
Really?
Yes, because they are not members of the PGA of Europe. If you went to live, you gave up your European Tour status, so you're not allowed to play on the Ryder Cup because you have to be an active member of the European Tour, which they give proxy. So, like for example, Rory is technically a member of the European Tour. He's really on the PGA Tour. But because I think he does 4 events or 6 events a year over there, they say he's a member. The live guys are not, which Brooks Koepka is, and he will 100%. He will probably be the only guy in the Ryder Cup from live. But I am solely in the fact that Taylor Gooch cannot be on the Ryder Cup team because of what he said after that freaking event in New Jersey, where he was like, yeah, this feels just like a Ryder Cup to me. And Pat Perez, DJ, and Patrick Reed just laughed in his face. Was like, what the fuck are you talking about right now, Taylor Gooch? This is not like a Ryder Cup.
Yeah, and Taylor Gooch has not been in a Ryder Cup, so he would not know. But who does Brian Harman get paired with? Because it looks like right now he's going to automatically. I know we're going to be doing Ryder Cup.
You know who they're going to do it with? You know who they should do it with is Scotty Scheffler, because that's the ultimate tall and small right there. Scotty's like 6'5". Brian's 5'7". They should absolutely do that. You know who they're going to pair him with? Windy.
No.
And it's going to be like, do I have to root for these guys? I will root for Brian Harman.
One-hit wonders. Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to root for Windy. I don't. Windy's making it. He won the USO. I don't want him on the team.
Brian Harman has earned his stripes. He's been around for a long time. He's won a few tournaments.
Well, do you guys know how filthy of an amateur career Brian Harman had? Like, he was unbelievable as an amateur. Yeah.
Let me pull him up.
Yeah, no, he had an unbelievable amateur career, college career, and then at the beginning of his professional career, he was really good too.
Where did he play in college?
Georgia, where all the Georgia guys play.
Go dogs.
Go dogs.
It's a bummer Bubba went there.
Huh?
It's a bummer of Bubba going to Georgia.
I know,
He's
right? It
he's
makes
who I think of when I think of the Georgia golf. I think of Bubba.
really
Yeah,
just
yeah,
Bubba.
just Bubba.
Oh, dude, I mean, Kevin Kisner went there.
Yeah,
No, did Keith Mitchell go? No, I don't think Keith Mitchell went there. He might have gone there. Harris English went there, who's, Harris English he's just Harry. He's whatever. So many, like Sepp
like so
Straka
many.
went there. Chris Kirk went there. Like so many good golfers. Patrick Reed went there for a year and then got booted off the team for cheating. So many good players went there. Don't just think of Bubba.
I know. I mean, I guess just like major winners, like just thinking Bubba, but anyway, but Harman, he's my number one guy now. There,
Harman in college. Harman was a 3-time second-team All-American at the University of Georgia. He also won the yearly award for the highest grade point average 3 times.
nerd,
Smart man.
nerd.
Wow.
Nerd alert.
In 2003, Harman won the U.S. Junior Amateur. He won the Players Amateur in 2005 and the Porter Cup in 2007, where he shot a tournament record 22 under par.
Wow.
Harman played on the winning 2005, 2009 Walker Cup and the 2007 Palmer Cup. Yeah, that's a pretty good amateur career, Brendan. I'm glad you brought that up. That is quite the resume.
I mean, hey, I just wish he would have went to the Northeast Amateur one time so we could have saw him at Wani. That would have been great.
Wow.
Bren, you have the story where at the Travelers Championship you ran into him at a bar or a restaurant, but you barely knew who he was because he's the most unrecognizable guy, the most average looking guy.
No, that was someone else, right?
No, that was someone else.
Oh, I thought it was.
I had the one where I ran into Shane Lowry at a bar, and it was just like he was, yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure. I thought it was Brian Harman because you went back out and had to look at the name in the bag or something along those lines.
No, Kevin Streelman. That was Kevin Streelman.
Oh, Streelman.
Right. Yeah, and then so that was at the Heritage, and he ended up a couple weeks later at the Travelers, like coming in second place.
Right. Okay.
So he missed the cut. He was at the Heritage. He missed the cut. He was legitimately, he was sitting at the bar by himself, watching the Heritage. And like, I went out and then I looked back at the bag and I was like, oh, Kevin Streelman, interesting. And like a couple weeks later, yeah, he went and finished second place at the Travelers. So yeah, kind of crazy.
I was thinking because I saw a tweet about, I think it was a quote from Harman saying like how much money he's won on tour, but like he also never gets recognized when he's out.
Yeah. I mean, now he's won over 33. I think it's $32 million or $33 million. Like he's unbelievable. Well, yeah, I mean, it's an unbelievable. Also, of course, to Brian Harman, I know part of my take did this, but Megacorp, unbelievable name of a sponsor just to have on your hat.
Yeah, what do they do? What's their?
They're legit. They're like supply chain logistics and everything like that.
Great. It's like CJ Logistics, baby.
One day, someone from South Korea is going to listen to this podcast. They're going to be like, these guys.
I don't want Megacore. I want CJ Logistics. That's my logistics.
I think I want both, though. I think I want Megacorp and
I want
CJ
anybody who will give me a hat.
Yes, basically, yeah. I will do unspeakable things for a free hat.
We could have like Hormel corned beef hash like sponsor us, and I'm wearing that bad boy.
Oh God, no. Okay.
Hell yeah.
There was a guy who was sponsored by Taco Bell who used to who was in the 90s, used to play. He played against Nick Faldo at the Open Championship, and he had Taco Bell on his bag. Unbelievable.
I want the Happy Gilmore Subway sponsor.
That'd be a good one.
Subway across the hat.
That would be a good one.
No matter what, our slogan would be like, yeah, we're about to go duff up some tacos or duff up some, anything.
Duffing up a $5 foot long.
Well, now it's, due to inflation, it's like a $7.50.
Boy, do they get you. I know the price. I go for it every time. Like $5 foot long. Come out, it's like $20. It's a $10 foot long.
Man,
I'm just getting a tuna. I just get a tuna.
Different.
Yeah, but hell of a Italian herbs and cheese bread.
I will say, have you had the rosemary Parmesan bread from Jersey Mike's?
Oh man,
No, bomb.
Dude, it
Jersey
puts
Mike's
Subway to shame.
in its own league. That place is elite. I would love that sponsorship.
Oh, Jersey
Mike's.
I'd get so fat again. Like I would be a balloon.
Worth.
I don't know if it's worth it. I did so good on my diet.
yeah, you look great, but a sponsorship.
I know, right? It's like we're sponsoring you and we're giving you millions of dollars, but you have to become a balloon.
Can't put a BMI.
But you have to become the Michelin Man again.
A BMI price on that. Yeah, you can't.
Hey, you guys, little tidbit since Mikey's not here. Little tidbit about
Timmy's tidbits. Timmy's tidbits.
Yeah, it sounds better.
That sounds better than Mikey's tidbits. Ruh-roh.
Alliteration. No, I'm not trying. No shotties listen to this, but I'm not trying to steal your thunder.
I went to spit up my water.
Did you guys know that there was a code that KFC had on their Twitter, and Brian just said herbs and spices. This made me think of it. Something wild. KFC account, their Twitter account, only followed 11 people. And those 11 people were the 5 former Spice Girls and 6 random dudes named Herb. And so it's a reference to their secret blend of 11 herbs and spices in the original Colonel Sanders recipe for his fried chicken. Can you believe that? It was pretty funny.
Imagine being one of the herbs.
Right?
Imagine being one of the herbs.
Because it's all old guys too. It's got to be old guys.
Yeah, he's like, great, KFC following me. No kidding. Like it's not
yeah. He doesn't have a single tweet or like just Imagine being an herb.
It's like Herb Johnson from Cincinnati, Ohio,
who accidentally made the Twitter account.
Yeah,
he thought it was Facebook.
Yeah.
So it's Herb Sendek, who's the head basketball coach at Santa Clara. Herb Alpert, that just sounds like that he's a trumpetist. Interesting.
Wow. Trumpetist. That's the word.
Trumpist.
How about a piano player? A pianist? I hate that.
Trump pianist?
Pianist.
Yeah, but you pronounce it penis. Pianist.
No, you pronounced it pianist.
I don't know. Pianist. I don't know. I think it's penis.
Yeah, they do follow Victoria Beckham. They do follow. They follow the Spice Girls and 6 herbs. That's unbelievable.
Brendan, say pianist again. It's funny when you say it.
Pianist.
Hold on. This is going down the drain.
It's pianist.
Nice.
Pianist.
Jesus.
Pianist.
Hey, go into a crowded like airport and say that out loud and play the game. Play the pianist game.
Yeah, just looking for someone to play piano. Pianist.
I don't understand why no one wants to sponsor us. This is gold.
This is comedy. This is showbiz, baby. Where
are the 6 herbs? We need the 6 herbs.
Yeah, if we get a podcast with all the herbs on here,
we're never getting the spices. We're never getting the spices.
But if we get all 6 herbs, we might be able to get the spices.
Wouldn't that be awesome if we could get one herb to be on this, who just like randomly be like, "Why are you on this podcast?" Well, I play golf once a week, whatever.
Let's do 6 weeks in a row where we have every single herb.
And the Spice Girls. Do you think KFC that would get KFC to notice us? 100%.
Yeah. Oh, I would wear KFC on the cap.
Oh hell yeah.
Oh
hell yeah. Anyway,
Brendan, we gotta get Herb on. We gotta get Herb.
We gotta get a Herb.
Oh, that would be awesome. We gotta introduce them, and that would be great. What a title.
But boys, a great week at the Open Championship. It does show, I will say, the one thing I like the most about Links Golf, it does show you need to have a very well-rounded game. And that's how golf should be played. It's not just if you can bomb at 350 yards, even though we all know Brian can, and he does a great job. You need the finesse, and now Brian's got that too. So he's just going to go out and win the Open Championship next year.
Catch me the next major for sure.
That's a good point, Brent.
But yeah, point. I just think I especially in those elements, you need to have, and it's one thing I do not have, that the knockdown 9, the knockdown 8, the knockdown wedges, keeping that as low as possible. Did you guys see Cameron Young's 3-wood one day? I think it was on Sunday. He hit a 3-wood, and I swear to God, it may have gotten 10 feet in the air. That's about it. Just went. It was unbelievable.
Well, I saw someone rock a fence. Who was that?
That was Gary Woodland. Absolutely destroyed that fence.
Rocked a metal fence. Yeah, he was trying to go up and over from a different fairway, and boy, did that not work out. I was like, one of us. That was pretty awesome. I've hit plenty of fences in my day, but it was like a hollow metal barrier, and it was like tunk. It was awesome. It was perfect.
And the one thing we all got that we wanted, boys, we got an absolute meltdown from Tyrrell Hatton when he put not one, but 2 balls off the tee into the internal out of bounds, which, by the way, just absolutely ruined people's days on Friday and Saturday. I mean, sorry, Thursday and Friday. Just ruined people's days. Ricky did the same thing. Tyrrell Hatton just getting a 9 and just cursing the world after he shot that.
Adam Scott did the same thing, put the first one way out of bounds, and then overcompensated, put the one he might have turned 90 degrees to the left and hit it that way. And that kind of ruined his round because he was in my lineup and I was watching him tightly. And but yeah, Brendan, that was a nice element to the 18th hole.
And 17 ruined ruined days. Absolutely. Tommy Fleetwood on Sunday ruined him. Absolutely ruined him, which is sad.
I saw a video. I don't know. Was it this Open that Shane Lowry snapped the club over his neck?
Oh yeah, that was here. Yep.
Yeah.
He shot like 6 over, 7 over on Friday and missed the cut.
He made that look easy. He basically just held it around his neck and it just snapped over the back of his neck. That was incredible.
He's a very large man.
Yeah. I mean, I'd be crying. I'd probably have metal shards in my neck. I'd be DNF.
Yeah.
Withdraw. WD for sure.
Yep. Oh yeah.
No, it's fun to see professional golfers struggle because it makes them human.
Exactly. I mean, usually we get that at the US Open, but because of the elements this year, we got it a lot more in Liverpool, and it was quite nice. It was nice. I liked it. But boys, I mean, the tournament this week, the 3M Open. We got another tournament after that for the Wyndham, and then we're into the FedEx Cup. But shout out our friends over at Save Par Golf. Shout out the boys. They're on the grounds this week in Minnesota, in their neck of the woods. They are inside the ropes. I'm very jealous of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like, well, they're like, can you do that for the RBC Heritage? I'm like, I tried. They said no.
No.
Yeah, I was gonna say it that would be a cool collab of being able to do it. Pull some strings on that end. But I love because I know Dom especially loves the 3M Open, and I love to see that things are working out for them over there because it's like Dom's Super Bowl. I know Derek too loves it, but I just spoke more with Dom about it, and it's like Dom, the 3M is like Brendan's heritage.
Oh yeah,
like it's that's just perfect. Homeboys in the ropes, pretty
and
sweet.
Dom in there. Imagine Dom inside the ropes, drinking some Celsius, just enjoy.
Yeah, he's definitely he's drinking. We got him on the high noon kick.
Oh boy, RIP his wallet, because those things are amazing, but they are pricey.
Yeah. Sorry for getting you on the high noon train, but it's hard to get off that.
It is. It very
refreshing.
much is.
But no, that's fantastic. I hope them the best. Are they there all weekend?
Yes, I believe
Yeah.
so. Yep.
Cool.
They did a big collab with I think it was Trap I forget who it was. I think it was Trap Golf, but I'm not sure if it was them or not.
That's good for them. That'll be a cool week. Something to tune into.
Mm-hmm.
And then what's coming up after that? I mean, end of the major season till Augusta next year. So I mean, we got the Ryder Cup. Obviously,
We got the Ryder Cup, the FedEx Cup. I mean, the FedEx Cup playoffs are always great too. But yeah, no, the big with the Ryder Cup coming this year, it's gonna be a big one, and it's in Europe. It's in Italy. It's gonna be crazy.
Crazy.
Carbo load, baby.
Yep.
What
Gotta
course?
win one on European soil. They haven't done it since I think the 1990s, maybe the 80s.
We're due.
We are due.
Who do you think's gonna win? One prediction. The FedEx Cup.
Oh,
Not the Ryder Cup.
Scotty.
I'm gonna go Rory.
He won it last year though. I don't know if he can go back to back.
He wins 0 majors. He loves winning Ryder Cups. I think he's already won 3.
You mean FedEx Cups?
Yep,
he's won a lot of Ryder Cups. To be fair, Rory's won a lot of Ryder Cups too.
He will. That's my guess. Scotty Scheffler, got to be a close second. Brian, maybe Sanjay in.
I wish. Yeah. I think around there, or no, I think those are probably safe to bets. Too early to tell.
Mm-hmm. John Rahm could do it as well. But a guy who will 100% be in my lineup that week is Xander Schauffele because he plays East Lake like no other human.
That's good to know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He's just got to make it within the top 25. Is he in the top 25?
Oh yeah, I think he's like 7th or 8th right now in the FedEx Cup.
Well, there you go.
Yeah,
he could win it. He
could. He very well could.
Boom.
All right, boys. As always, great talking to you. What a great way to end. Unfortunate, a great experience of watching it, but just not what I wanted from the last major, because we had such a great one last year with Rory and Cam Smith and Cameron Young making a big run at the end of it too last year. But congrats to Brian Harman, because I do really, really enjoy watching him play, even though he waggles the absolute living daylights out of every single shot.
Yay or nay on the waggle count? Thoughts?
It didn't work when they did it the first time, so I'm a nay on
it. Yeah, get it sorted out, get it tip top shape, then come talk to us. Then
exactly.
Nay on the waggle. Nay on the waggle. How about the wiggle?
Always 10 times out of 10, I'm wiggling.
Good.
Exactly. All right. Well, thank you everyone for listening. We really do appreciate it. Get on out there, duff it up, baby. Do whatever you want, but go play some golf.
Play better, Brendan. I can't wait till you go back and listen to all I've said for the first time, because you couldn't hear me any of the other times.
Brutal.